We're ready to go here, Heritage, into our second map. It is going to be on Hideout. For sure. Definitely helped keeping Aspect tight against, again, one of the best teams in North America. So impressive to see. And we're back into the action, and I got to swap teams because Aspect's the one on the attack, Aesir on the defense for our second map of the afternoon.
Yeah, and then a lot more slower approach this time. Usually we'll see teams just try and open up garage doors. Angel's actually able to spot Red, trying to lurk inside that main lobby. Now Angel's going to be pushing up here into living room. And I think this is a lot more unique approach, where even though this is a pretty uncommon approach, Aspect decided to opt to go for this second floor push, as now Hotline falls as well. It's down to a 5v3. Drone coming in. Maybe just try and clear out storage side. Not sure what that call is for. Oh, they are going to clear out storage with that drone. But I think it's a lot more interesting that Aspect's actually going to go for the first floor push rather than trying to go for garage, where it's a lot more up close. So it's pretty unique from the side of Aspect.
Good read from Beast to back off of the position there. They would have been collapsed on by the entirety of the Aspect team. They've tucked in to the objective, and they toss a nice nade. Trying to get it far away, can't quite place it where they want. A counter nade comes through, gets another bounce off the top, and doesn't catch Beastark, who stays tucked in. The full press from Aspect coming in here as Beastark battles their way. Great nade from Jehui as Beastark swings for a kill themselves. Keeping things alive, they can't fend off the EMP plant, which does come through. And now it's a 3v1, make it a 2v1, make it a 1v1. Gizmo trying to fend off the rotation from Jehui, and now the battle over the center.
Yeah, I'm better than their whole team.
Clutches it
like,
for Aesir.
like, why are we like so fucking bad at the game, bro?
Pistol clutch. That puts
I thought
them
we're supposed to be a pro team, guys. Come on, A3. I thought we're supposed to be pros. You're fucking trash.
And the 1v3, yeah, show the celebrations there. Someone make that a GIF. Someone tell one of the moderators to put that as a sticker, because that is memeable. On that side of Aspect, if they're going to try and force an execute.
They do manage to get control of bottom floor here, and yeah, I wonder what the play is. Advance up through center stairs, not likely. I'd think the play would be to push up towards A site stairs instead. As a full squad, you could have Solo swinging through windows, and it wouldn't be a bad play. I kind of like the rotation, actually, because it is, if anything, a very safe route to get over to these A-side stairs versus trying to enter in from one of the many other meta entry points that you often find teams kind of barreling through on this upper floor.
Yeah, now they're going to... Looks like they're going to maybe just try and clear out A, noise coming in. Jehui trying to buy enough time, maybe try to bait a couple of those players on that side of Aspect to maybe get a little bit more aggressive. But Holland is going to have to be that main anchor. And, you know, maybe try and defend with gun, because he does have that Vezin, and he's able to deny any type of push as long as, you know, Aspect just... It is just so easy for Aspect to just run up and just line up for Hotline.
Oh! Still taps the back forward. Maybe there. Red could be a threat from that top floor as they do manage to catch one out. Hotline flies out of the corner, does get scooped up by Solo, who finds a quick rifle. Beastar catches the kill as Red flies down from the balcony and now reinforces the Aesir defense. Angel with a nice pickup will get quickly refragged, and it's a 1v3 with Gizmo without a shotgun in hand, needing to clutch things up here as Jehui spots them. Gizmo forced out of their position, forced into a fight with Tech9, and forced into a kill. They need a 1v2.
1v2, Gizmo getting shot through that wall. Now, there's just a selection of guns to think of. Gizmo has to go for that Taurus. Maybe land one headshot to just maybe just even things out. But 45 seconds left. EMP is in that living room side. Jehui just shooting through that table. Hopefully just land one hit marker and just give out that information to Beastark. Now Gizmo just camping in that corner with 30 seconds left. Now Gizmo has to make this push, but Beastark's might be ready for this.
There's the first kill. Gizmo not ready for the flank, and there is the pinch. That's the value of having one extra defender alive, but it's only one left alive at the end of the round as Aesir goes up 2-0. That's not too bad for Aspect Heritage. Their economy not necessarily in shambles. It does look like, at least, there's some potential for a B entry point from Aspect here as they are set up at the stairwell and drop down stairwell hatch. Also open up that main hatch at B. A little drone work will follow up, I presume, their entry point. And Angel trying to find a very interesting roof bang. I don't know. I've never seen shots like that. I suppose I have seen actually shots through the roof on this map. It's definitely something that does happen, but won't find anyone in that corner, and ultimately they'll kind of free up the team to push in. Red will actually reinforce, again, that common defensive position. You can see the shots that were shot through the roof landing on the floor here, where Red would be in a normal defensive spot. Angel catches a huge kill. Now Jay Huey has to reinforce nades, and ultimately B really kind of open for entry here.
Yeah, now Beastark in the hotline trying to exchange the global shots. Is able to shoot Gizmo through that wall, knocking him down at 30 HP. But look at the progress that Aspect has made so far. They have full control of this long hallway. So Nate's going to be tossed a bit short. They do have bridging foam on that wall, but it's just a matter of time when they want to open it, as they are going to do it. As Hotline does get spotted in the open. Old Grave able to take down Hotline. It's down to a 3v5. Beastark being that lone defender inside that server, getting shot through the wall though. But there's so much pressure on Beastark. There's nothing he's able to just do. The smoke coming in. It's going to be a double smoke show from where it is. But that's going to give Old Gravy the clearance to try and get the EMP down if they're going to be able to.
Yeah, they cannot see through these smokes. Tech9 and Jay Huey denied vision as Tech9 flies through the smoke, catches one, gets quickly punished. Jay Huey alone has had some big clutch rounds before, but a 1v3 with an EMP plant down is definitely a tall order.
Yeah, good luck trying to get this EMP plant, especially where it's planted for. You get that up on the wall, you could just go out towards that window side, play a really dirty pixel peek, and it is just very, very difficult to try and defend as Jay Huey's able to find Old Gravy. But that time winds down, the time pressure's there. There's just nothing that Jay Huey's able to do, especially on 17 HP. Tries a big pixel peek. Angel ends up
He was holding a pixel angle.
Aspect get their first round on board.
A big first round they managed to lock in, because if they didn't, they would be in a very bad spot on the economy. They lost a lot of their investment there, even on that round. So they're still not really in a great spot going in here. They're going to have to spend a lot of the cash they do have, putting them in a very dangerous position for a loss, because then they won't get that round loss bonus if they do lose now, considering they're coming off of a win. It's all, I don't know, it's very interesting to consider all of the elements, but this round mattering even more than the last one for this Aspect squad, because they could be in a very bad space here before the transition, before the second half, if they can't get the round now. I mean, you really don't get a lot of opportunities to find offensive rounds on Hideout. You know, you have to seize every one you can get.
As now we're going to see a little bit more of a hero buy coming in from Jay Huey. And especially on that basement side, as we've seen him before, but if you're going against a full kitted Vezins, you know, all 5 of them have it. The question is are you able to win that eco advantage and you know, kind of humiliate, quote unquote, humiliate Aspect in a way.
A big round on the board here. Aesir obviously wanted to lock this one in to put them in a position where they can really kind of steamroll the first half and then lock in the second map, take the series. That's serious. I mean, I think we still play. Yeah, we do still play the third map out for all the rounds, but you at least got the series win locked in. As Red here, do we play? I believe
we will play a third either way, because
oh yeah, you're right. The first one was 6-6. No, you're right. I forgot that we tied our first map. Crazy. So yeah, we won't even have a winner here off of this map win. So I guess I suppose. At this rate, we could be headed for another 6-6 for map 2, and then it could all come down to that third map.
Yes, now it's always this same strat coming in from Aspect. They'll always clear it, and I feel like that Aesir kind of need to find this way to punish Aspect, because this is what they've been doing for the past 4 rounds. They're just gonna clear everything out. They're gonna start with either the top or bottom floor of the bomb site and just work the way on it, and it's something that, yeah, it's kind of kind of a tell at this point for this side of Aspect, as the drones actually gonna get shot early. I believe from Hotline that ended up ending that drone a bit short, so no info to work with on that side of Aspect.
What is the play for the offensive side of Aspect? On the other end, we do have a patient Aesir defense tucked in and waiting for a push to come through. One rifle in hand, and I mean, quite frankly, 4-4 is not a bad space to be, considering the investment that was put into this round. Any kill that gets connected by Aesir is a bonus in reality, as you don't really anticipate to get the round wins with so little on the weapon front. But as I say that, Jay Huey finds the first. A nice nade comes in. The flank coming through here from Hotline. Jay Huey with the second. Angel gets flanked.
I'm naded. I'm naded.
And just like that, Gizmo's alone in a 1v2, albeit, but still alone on the offense. And they'll go down to Hotline, who scooped up a rifle off of one of their players they've killed and finds the final kill. Aesir alive and well, 3-1 lead on map 2.
Yeah, and Jay Huey there, doesn't even matter that he got team killed by B-Stark with that own frag grenade. They got that round as, now I believe this is round 5, and it is going to be a lot more of a split economy on that side of Aspect. So we're going to see a little bit of a half buy from Aspect. So it is going to be a lot more difficult for them to just try and take a site. Now, and then I think we're going to see the exact same strat come in from Aspect, where they're just going to clear out the top floor. But this time, I think Tech9 is going to start to expect it.
I mean, look at the entire defense here, putting trip mines on this top floor. Tech9 up here, like you said, Red with a rifle in hand. A Hotline, everyone, they're quite stacked here up on this third floor, anticipating this move from Aspect. Already the drone doing a bit of identification, but does go down quickly. Tech9 trying to throw a wrench in the early plans of Aspect.
Smoke grenade there to deny that vision of Aspect. That's gonna be able to have Tech9 Jr. kind of retreat. Now the wall can open as Tech9 was caught in the open. Immediately, that's gonna be the first one there. Hotline all the way in that barrier, but I think it'd just be one frag grenade to just back them off. Hotline able to take down No Gravy, does get a second, as it's down to a 4v3. Gizmo is gonna try and repeat, maybe get that kill, but you're down a player and you haven't made your way to near any of the bomb site, as Red's gonna get that pinch as well. It's down to a 2v4, and Aspect just has nothing to do.
Well, they didn't buy big into this round either, so not a tremendous loss on the economy side, but they did get picked apart here. And the trio of Aesir left alive with just Solo alone, and they'll go down to Red's rifle. 4-1 right now on map 2. Aesir is starting to get warmed up, maybe the comfort of a familiar map puts them in a better space. Hertage, you know, is Arctic still kind of an unknown for these teams. It has only been in some, in reality, a month of really playing that map competitively. Introduced since launch, and man, if you're ever interested in getting into Breachers, now's a great time. Pick up the game, play it on the Quest, jump into the VRML, play with a brand new team. Play this game competitively, have some fun with some friends, make some new friends, and then meet them live in person. As Hotline finds a nade onto Angel, a nice toss through that doorway outside of the A lobby.
Yeah, opening up that main living room, they're able to get the full control of top main here. The trip mine's gonna, actually no, that's gonna be the proximity alarm, kind of tipping off the side of Acer's. Be a lot more of a backup or reinforcements on this side, as Solo's able to take down Tech from that side. They're trying to shoot through the wall of bedroom, and Solo is in a pretty bad spot. That pre-fire, but Solo is stuck at the moment, as it's still a 4v4.
Drawing out a decent bit of that pre-fire, like you said, and that all is ammo that is not infinite. You don't have unlimited rounds in this game, and so it is I don't know, an effect. It's still helpful to draw those shots out and end up forcing the waste of those bullets, because who knows, when it comes down to it, you might have to swap to a gun on the floor instead of the rifle in your hand because you've run out of rounds. So We'll have to see if that comes to fruition for the Aesir defense as the Aspect get closer and closer to B site entry, it seems. A site not necessarily on the table here. We're not seeing any foam or setup, and really all the attention is drawn around B site. But there's a door blocker that should and is seemingly worrying this Aspect offense.
Yeah, the nade there. Beastark's gonna go down as that's one less defender to worry about. Flashbang is not able to find red though. That's gonna be one of the main defenders there as we see Hotline as well trying to defend on that clock side, but actually the side of Aspect, they're actually gonna wrap the other way. They're gonna start to open up for A here. Bot's just able to freely rush in with that EMP. He's gonna try and stick this plant.
Nice pick up there from Gizmo through with the Omen, keeps things close. Jay Huey did catch that kill on the bot though, and the EMP did get planted, but not fully. They need to get the last few ticks, and Gizmo's nervous about jumping in there because Hotline's tucked in and is defending from that tight corner. So if there's any utility, any nades that Hotline has, it'll come right on top of Gizmo trying to punch in that code, trying to get those last couple of ticks on the EMP. Red's holding on the backside nicely as well, so Gravy and Solo don't have an easy entry, and they're low on HP, but timing is everything. As Gravy and Solo come flying in, Gravy goes down, Solo's still here, the plant comes through, but now it's time for the defuse, as Red knows the push is coming in from the backside from Solo. Red reaches over, trying to get the defuse, and Solo goes down. Red will get it, and another round for Aesir in the books.
If 5-1 as we head into that second half, and I feel like that just Aspect I think they've had control of B. As if they were just able to pick off Red into that bomb site into B, they probably would have had that plan because no one was actually defending, no one was quote unquote properly defending that door. So, you know, that the EMP player could have just walked into the door, plant on the server, and that would have been a free post plant, but instead they opted to go for a lot more heavily defended A bomb site. And I think that might have ended up not working out.
And you learn a thing or two just by watching both of these teams in general as we get into round 6 and our pistol round of the back half.
And now we're seeing a lot more standard approaching these bomb sites. You can see the gym wall being open as well as that storage door barricade open as well. Now we're gonna see if the side of Aesir are actually gonna try and fight for that hatch as well. And now for those that are, you know, front scrubs, that hatch is one of the more fatal or vital positions to try and approach this B bomb site, as now essentially that locks that boiler access. So now Angel's gonna have to be stuck on bomb site, while Gizmo's actually gonna be lurking with that frag grenade. But I think it's just gonna be one single peek coming in. But yeah, we're seeing a lot more standard progress coming in from Aesir.
Yeah, they've got all of the hatches opened up. The push is coming through with Hotline and Red making their way into the basement. Gravy springs out to catch the first kill of the round, and it's a nice opening for the Aspect on defense. The coordination a bit off as they aren't entering in through the hatch at the same time as they're pushing here through the doorway. Beastark needs to drop down and reinforce.
Gizmo has such a good opportunity for this frag grenade to just go through. Just Old Gravy needs the call. Gizmo with that frag grenade. Trying to find one as Old Gravy's there for that second kill as well. Old Gravy gets that second as Beastark tries to lurk. As it's all down to Jay Huey in a 1v5. He has pulled off a 1v3, but can you add an extra 2 on it? Does find one, but it's gonna be the pinch from
No,
Angels
I fucking dinked him, body shot him.
outside of that gym garage. And a little bit of a response back to Jay Huey.
Yeah.
As now it's gonna be 2 rounds here for Aspect.
I want to say that was 3 or 4 for Old Gravy on that round, so a big round for Gravy there as well. Coming in clutch and finding some key kills from that stairwell space. I mean, it goes to show you the value of clearing out that area, clearing down through the stairs from that middle floor, because ultimately Gravy really was a key threat in shutting down that basement push with the Taurus. Really nicely done, and ultimately, we're not going to see. Yes, we are actually. Gravy is going to commit into a rifle buy and an Omen coming in from Gizmo. So Aspect leaning a little bit into this advantage they've found themselves with after locking in that pistol win.
A hero buy coming in from Gravy. You know, that 3-piece has done a lot. You see Gizmo try to kind of follow up or play as that support, just in case, you know, maybe be that main entry with that Omen, I think over time the Omen has definitely kind of proved its way back into the main meta here in Breachers. As you know, in the old days, we used to have Omen as the main meta, but with the 2-tap cyclone, it kind of lost its way in.
What is the play for Aesir? 2 points away from taking a map win and kind of spiraling into a chance for Aspect to find a couple of defensive rounds and maybe even tie map 2, which would take us to a map 3 decider, which would certainly be exciting for our first series of Season 2, but we can only dream here. Okay, a great nade toss comes in, forces Gravy to push forward, but a convenient smoke denies vision and opens up an opportunity for Gravy to find a blind shot through that smoke. Solo will catch a kill from the stairs out onto one of the main entry points, and it takes Aesir down to just 3 in that garage space. Aspect full on health and comfortably defending their bomb site.
And Gizmo getting that double thing onto Jay Huey, and no heal syringe as well, but now this side of Aesir are gonna have to go into, try and force these type of peaks. They have no type of follow-up utility, no flashbangs, no frag grenades, or any type of proper cloak. So they're gonna have to go into this these peaks a lot more dry. They won't have any type of utility to maybe get themselves a little bit of advantage. Comparing that deficit to a Vezin or an Omen. There are still 5 players on that side of Aspect.
Tech manages to swing in, gets the foam onto the wall. Not before taking a bit of damage, but does crack it open, finds the kill. The rest of Aesir trying to work their way through, but threatened by the flank from Solo and Beastark trying to work their way up through the hole in the wall they've opened. It is, time ticking with a minute left, not on their side.
Yeah, 1 minute left. Solo's gonna start this rush, and they're just gonna try and make this peak. As Old Gravy is able to take down Beastark, yes, that's the EMP. Solo with that pinch, able to take down Jay Huey, as it is gonna be 3 rounds there. Now, the question is, are they able to get 2 rounds? I probably cast a curse them, but could it be possible?
Who knows at this stage? I feel like Aspect are really in control on defense. They put up a very clean 2 defensive rounds, a pistol round, and that one locked in there. Now we're getting full buys from both sides, but not even necessarily full buys as Beastark's going into a Cadillo versus a Vezin, although the Cadillo is certainly a viable element these days. I think we're seeing a lot more viability out of some of these mid, ranged weapons that you would see. The partial buys starting to seem like less of a free round, in my opinion. And I feel like these teams got to be approaching squads that are partial buying or even ecoing with just a little bit more caution, because anything can happen, as we've seen already today. You're not safe off of a partial buy or eco-rounded opponent. You really got to be on your game at all points. And interestingly enough, even with the 2 wins in a row, we are still seeing a Canuck buy coming through from Aspect, with Gizmo picking that up.
Yeah, Gizmo there. We can see Gizmo trying to deny any type of push, but I don't understand that point of the frag grenade. You essentially just threw, I think $200 or $400 away, as I think that it would have been a good entry denial, but I don't know why you would kind of use it at the start unless you know the location of where they're gonna push.
Well, guesswork and really just trying to get that little bit of extra advantage.
Maybe I'm just being a bit. Maybe I'm just a bit lost. Maybe they just wanted info.
Yeah. Who knows?
Although Gizmo's on that Canuck, we could see it again.
Yeah, they really could. They've got it in hand. They're on the short corner. They could easily swing it onto the stairs if the opportunity presents itself. At least that certainly seems to be the plan. And there they are, popping out. They see Tech9 with a pistol in hand. But there's plenty
full
more
control.
Nade
ends up short.
That's a good nade. Oh, smoke. Gizmo can work with this.
Smoke grenade there to deny it, but look at the sprays coming in. Angel's actually on critical HP, but Angel already used his spin. So he's gonna be out for a while before he's able to go back in. But Red able to spot a couple of these tripwires, pushes in. Gizmo finds one. Gizmo gets that second with the Canine. This might be the best gun. This could be the best gun ever. It might be even better than the Vezin. We probably just maybe blindsided it, as that's also the EMP down.
Nobody ever now they do. Gizmo absolutely finding clutch kills. B-Stark, J-Huey, and Hotline are all that's left, and B-Stark with only a slice of HP and a Cadillo in hand. Not exactly ideal for pushing a Knut on short corners, so they won't be pushing anytime soon. It's going to come down to Hotline and J-Huey working together, but if Hotline drops down, they'll be vulnerable to Solo, who's ready and waiting.
Yeah, and actually, I think if Solo were play a little bit more cautious. Actually, no, I think Solo could play a lot more aggressive, as now the flashbang is going to come in, as Gizmo does get spotted, as the beast right there with that Cadillo. And another fun fact, Cadillo got buffed during this patch. So the recall is a lot less, and it's a lot more controllable. Maybe it's a lot more good on these force buys, as Hotline tries to drop, immediately shut down by Solo. As it's down to a 3v2, B-Stark falls as J-Huey finds one. But with no stim,
I might save Vezin. Should I save Vezin?
Just a Vezin hands and only 20 seconds. I think you might as well just save the gun.
Yeah, that seems to be the play. Every point matters, every dollar matters, every round matters when it comes to Season 2.
Yes, we took some of their eco, and we
not try and challenge or get over aggressive. They'll allow the round to go into Aspect's hands, and at this stage, I really do feel like Aspect's the team pushing closer and closer to possibly scooping up this map win. I mean, they're certainly still down, but they managed to take a lead on Arctic. Oh, you used to saying that. On Arctic, but they didn't end up getting that win. I wonder if they can manage to come back here and take a lead on Hideout. The lead obviously would put them at map point as well, so it's not a lot of wiggle room with what they've allowed Aesir's to secure with those 5 points already. Still, though, the opportunity's there, and this one's going to be big because this is the full buy from Aesir. If they lose this, they're going to be in a very bad spot going into the next round. I think they'll have enough consecutive loss bonus cash to buy for a full buy, but it won't necessarily be a full buy. They won't have all of the bells and whistles of utility and health syringes to go along with any rifles that they do manage to pick up. So
information is the only thing they get with the player of Full Gravy, just immediately shutting down that drone, but there is no type of following up information. That Solo is still on that alert. It's the side of Aesir have no idea that it's there. But maybe they could have that gut feeling. It's happened multiple times, but still, Aesir are still trying to make their way into the building.
B-site locked down here with that get going through the walls, keeping them off of garage. They've got Solo on the top floor, and interesting to see Aesir being the ones kind of slowed down. I feel like they've been setting the pace in a lot of cases today, at least on Hideout. But after a few consecutive losses, maybe they're starting to think a change of pace is required, and going in a little bit more cautious is what's on the menu, as they do take their time, work their way into garage, and now have an opportunity to gain a little bit of ground here over at B-side.
Garage wall open, smoke. And actually, incendiary toss as well. I'm surprised it's not a smoke grenade. Maybe block that vision of the side of Aesir, where they just won't be able to get into that bomb site without trying to pre-fire a couple of angles. But yeah, no progress made on that side of Aesir, and this is the thing that I think I've been saying over time, that I think Aspect has just been a lot more dominant now. Maybe they're obviously a lot more comfortable on that side of defense, as it's going to be a wave of bullets being shot through that garage side as well as B-bomb. They're able to clear out Angel on that power position of trying to get behind that counter. It's so devastating, and now Aesir no longer have that pressure.
Yeah, they worked them out quite nice with the coordination with their rifles. Now that push should be coming in. 50 seconds left on the clock. There's no rotation to A coming through at this stage. B is on the menu. A nade and a kill for Hotline with a double to open things up, and Aspect's down to just 3 as the smoke comes in on the backside. Tech9 and J-Huey pushing in as J-Huey tries for the plant. Angel finds the double, though, and the plant gets denied. Solo shoots up another. It's suddenly a 3v2. They get a 3v1.
This is the flank that the side of Aesir had to worry about. They weren't expecting Solo. That ends up giving it a pinch, as Red has to push through with 20 seconds, and Angel there, as we are tied 5-5. It's just an incredible comeback. They're able to get some of these stims. They're able to get 3 stims, which is such a massive advantage for the side of for Aspect.
Well, either way, Aspect's looking very comfortable. 3 health syringes in the pockets of the 5 players on Aspect, and plenty of utility to go around on the defensive side. So there's going to be a lot to work through with Aesir here working into B. They're fortunate that that wall opens right up to sight. And so that is a very enticing avenue to take, but it's often well defended.
Yeah, and the side of Aesir, they're going to be starting to approach. They're able to open up this garage wall, so they are going to start with the more direct approach. Their toss, the static kill actually goes the wrong way. I think Aesir just wanted to maybe, and stop that pinch, but now it gives it there. But Tech9 is actually able to take down Ball with that frag grenade. Kind of clear it out. Now, look at the utility dump coming in from both teams. They want to try and land this cross. Tech9 gets in, but the smoke falls. This flashbang as well does not land, only lands on Gizmo, but you have to take out Angel. He's the one defending the site. He's able to just deny this push into Garage.
Yeah, he's holding things down right now, and Tech9 going down. What is the play here for Aesir? It almost seems like it's going to be a rotation off of that initial entry point, maybe a shift up to the hatch drop and try and take control of the basement space and then work from there. They got Solo and a door blocker to worry about, though, and Solo is tucked in and waiting. They'll rotate off, recognizing the risk, and instead take the other side, defending from the opposite end of that doorway. Ultimately the right choice, it seems, unless, of course, the swing comes through from B-Stark to catch the kill there, but it's all a guessing game, as Solo does tightly tuck in and try and anticipate where this swing is going to come from. Angel, again, a key element on this B-site defense, and maybe it's an A-site rotation. That's the plan here coming in from Aesir.
Watch NCAA March Madness live all tournament long with YouTube TV. Subscription required. Cancel anytime.
Yeah, Aesir, yeah, they're just going to go for this rotate. I believe Red has that breaching foam as well. So it is, they spent so much utility. They're able to go for this rotate, but Gizmo, he might actually be able to hear it. There's a proximity alarm that's going to give that info. As you can see, the side of Aspect, they're going to start rotating. And now 50 seconds left. Now they're starting to anticipate this as the wall immediately goes down. Now they know that they could push either, as the side of Aesir, they could push either side, and Aspect has to be ready for it.
All the cash in Aspect's hands means that there's extra utility lying around, like those audio transmitters, that is giving away these rotations from Aesir and keeping Aspect ready and waiting to defend the proper bomb site. A definitely is the play here, and it has to be with 20 seconds left. Red has to push in and get this plant now before the clock ticks down. 10 seconds, 12, the push comes through. They have to get the 3-6. Gravy catches the shoulder. Red tucks in and gets the EMP plant.
Yeah, but now Jay Huey alone in a 1v4. The push is there. Jay Huey gets one, but immediately falls to Solo. They're able to get that defuse, and now they're on map point.
Aspect on a massive comeback for map number 2. They just needed a familiar space to go to finally get the lead and go to map point 6-5, the final round coming up here.
It is something that I really can't miss.
Well, no one ever said it was easy being at the top, and Aesir are maybe finding that out, that their first opponent being Aspect is not an easy round win, an easy series win like they were maybe hoping for to kick things off with Season 2. And, well, we'll have to see if Aesir can put one on the board and tie our second map up. It's a full buy for both teams, I suppose, unless you consider the Cadillo. Well, there's the Cadillo and an Oral coming in, so definitely not a full buy for Aesir. A forced one at the very best.
Yeah, of course, there you can see the Cadillos as well as the, I don't know what gun that is.
Oral.
I'm probably blanking. There it is, the Oral. I haven't seen that in play for a while. But Hololine with that it will take down Gravy. That's one of the factors to force this tie. But the smoke, they're gonna go live. Now that's gonna block off a couple of angles, but I think that was actually more of a disadvantage on that side of it. But actually, Aspect's gonna find two. The EP plant is actually gonna go live, but Solo from that top. You can't let that lurk just happen. But Hotline able to take down Gizmo. It's all down to Solo in a 1v2. But the question is, can Solo land that 1v2 to get that map win? Or will it be Aesir to force another draw and force us to
he's down. He's not on hatch anymore.
decided?
He's down. He's in lobby.
I mean, we're going to map 3 regardless to figure out.
He's on the
how
right
this
side.
series ends, so it's definitely
I dinked him once.
different.
Dinked him
If
once.
Aspects
He's
are the
you're
winners
fucking
here or
trash.
not,
You're fucking trash.
6-6
I own this fucking
for
team.
map
You
2.
fucking suck.
We're
You're
dead
fucking
even.
trash.
Between the top teams in North America in week 1, it is a map 3 that'll decide how this series unfolds here. I mean, Hertaj, come on. What are we doing here this afternoon? What a start to Season 2. If there was ever an omen or an indicator of, things being off to a good start, this is definitely it this afternoon with, again, Aspect and Aesir absolutely battling it out to the last tooth and nail. Hertaj, we're ready for map number 3, which is going to be... Oh, there it is. Skyscraper. And we are back into the action for map number 3, the final map of a crazy opening season series between Aspect and Aesir. 6-6 map 1, 6-6 map 2. Hertaj, are we anticipating? I think quite frankly, I'm expecting 5-1 and then another.
5-1 to another 6-6.
Yeah.
What do you expect? We go 18-18 final score. Yeah. I want to know how many people in chat believe we go 16-16. I want to know. I'm truly curious. How many of us believe that we go 16-16 or the scores go different?
You had it right. 18-18 would be the final score if it was 6-6.
Oh, it's 18.
On this round.
Yeah.
6 times 3. I don't know. Math's
I don't know.
We're
casters.
not.
We don't do math. We get the data provided for us.
We do. It's that provided for us through the API and from our fantastic production team, who we do appreciate with all the hard work that they put in. And, into the rounds we go. Round number 1, map 3, the final round of this series to kick off Season 2. We'll ask for a better opening and more exciting opening here as Skyscraper starts to unfold, and the B site seems to be where the play is coming through.
Yeah, they're able to start that breaching fall. But the nade there, Tech9 tries to rush in, but didn't realize the grenade there to end that run short. He was about to run a marathon, but ended up going for a sprint. It's now Solo on that lurk, finding red. It's actually going to be a double lurk as Gizmo's able to find Hotline. J. Huey rushing in. Able to find Gizmo, does get that second. Now down to a 2v3. The shots
getting
there.
wall banged.
We see Determined Fear trying to find at least one pick from that hallway. But the EP is actually on very
Yeah, if there's one on site, we can rush
connector
connector and take A site.
Bot.
Yeah, Bot is here holding things down. J. Huey is on the short corner.
I got sight.
Unexpected. Bot was not ready for someone to be inside sight. And a big kill there from Determined Fear. We'll put 1v1 and a trip mine. Was that a nade? A trip mine? That was a trip mine.
I think that was a trip mine.
Where was it? Was it on the...
I think it was...
I think it was against this wall. And what a weird place to put a trip mine. But it works, and it catches a huge kill that locks the round in for Aspect.
It ends up working well for them. Against Aesir as well.
Yeah, I know. The best opponent that they, maybe not. Again, who's to say that Aesir is going to be the best team or the #1 team in Season 2? I suppose Aesir would tell you that. But that's to be determined, obviously. With a fresh season, a fresh start, Aspect definitely looking to be a team to beat as they are giving our Season 1 champions a run for their money here with an early lead. And maybe the first time they've had an early lead that gets amplified with Gizmo finding an early kill for a 5-4 in round 2.
A kill early off into that bathroom there. Breaching foam tossed to red. So they're going to be starting this up, but Gizmo's camping in that bound. Does take a bit of chip damage as well. Grenade toss, but that's going to get Old Gravy clear to just try and maybe push up. But that bathroom wall is gonna open and ends up giving a new sideline. Tech9 there, opening up that window as well. I think it's just one more breaching foam to maybe. They can maybe try and make this attempt to go for that other wall inside of B site and fully expose this B bomb site and make it very, very difficult for the side of Aspect to maybe play retake.
Just a wall separating these two, as Gravy also holding things down. Angel finally finds a kill that comes through and opens things up, and Gravy will peek out for a kill themselves into the bathroom. Getting rid of this Aesir attack, it forces Jay Huey back, and Tech9 fortunately able to scoop up Gravy, getting a bit over aggressive, and I'm just now noticing the double rifle buy coming through from the back end with Angel and Solo holding things down on site.
I can't believe this is Ashley. Talk about a glow up. They have all the trending styles.
Mobile games are going big.
Yeah, you want these two rifles, especially on this bomb sites where it is just easy to just walk in, get a plan, and it's very, very difficult to retake as well. So those Vezins make it very, very easy to just maybe stop that push, maybe get rid of that entry to, you know, get that EMP plant, and it does give you a bunch of extra cash.
Aspect taking the risk and reaping the rewards so far. The duo here caught into a bit of a tough spot with EMP down and seemingly unretrievable. They've rotated over to A site. Maybe try and draw this Aspect team away from where that EMP is. And ooh, they run into a little more resistance. They're expecting. Solo finds one for their troubles, or goes down, excuse me. Angel finds one for their troubles, and it's still in the favor of Aspect with Jay Huey alone with a Spectral in hand, trying to clutch up a 1v3.
A 1v3, but not expecting Angel to ox Jay Huey and easily a second round for the side of Aspect.
They got to be feeling good here. It's the perfect start for Skyscraper, but of course, Skyscraper lending.
It's Skyscraper. It's Skyscraper.
Yeah,
it is
really
a very
does.
unique map.
Hard to get offensive rounds in the books, to say the least. Takes a bit of luck and the right strategy to go your way, and maybe they'll find it here with our top floor objective. Aesir on the attack and able to full buy as well, or at least pick up rifles across the board. To that point, though, very little utility coming in, just enough for breaching foam, and that's it. Attachments onto their rifles. They are going for the shooting win here this afternoon in round 3 versus a utility win, which, quite frankly, we see in the utility get a lot of big damage and big kills so far this series. Yeah.
It's like, I feel like we could use those double smokes to maybe like isolate a bomb site and make it harder.
They did that.
They did that in Hideout.
Yeah, really well in Hideout. It's definitely something that, I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what Season 2 is all about. How do the best improve? Because there is room to improve. They haven't hit the ceiling of this game just yet, and people may think they have, but I think we're going to still see new strats and new techniques and new moments coming in here in Season 2, which really does have me excited for the future.
Yeah, heading into the future, we could probably see a lot of more stuff. Maybe like adjustments to the gun tray, adjustments to how it works. As Gizmo is actually gonna swing and actually catches Tech9 off guard, trying to start to maybe set up for this B rush, but that's gonna be a breaching from down, as that wall is gonna be still on that.
Yeah, the server room site definitely the play for the Acer squad here, as they get that foam down and start to work their way towards B site. Bot, Gravy, everyone is set up here, and Determined Fear catches another. Things close into a 4v4. And the push hotline somehow manages to get all the way up.
Got flanked.
EMP
Always
getting
dead, always
planted.
dead.
Suppressive fire denying the rotation, and hotline finds the kill. They'll swing for Gravy. Gravy will scoop up one. Red on the backside, looking for another, and
fucking
Gravy goes
horrible.
down to Jay Huey, flying through the doorway the first round for Acer, and maybe the only one they'll need on offense. Gets locked in round 3, and well, a big win nonetheless for them, Heritage, because any round 1 on offense is a big round on Skyscraper.
No, are they able to extend that momentum of winning that round, especially on a map like Skyscraper, where offensive rounds are essentially vital?
Yeah, they are the lifeline of a team getting their win on this series, and you know, you'll see when we swap sides, Aspect will have an equally difficult time locking in a offensive round up against the Aesir squad. The pistol round could mean everything on the back half of this set, but we're still here in the front half, and quite frankly, Aspect aren't locked in or comfortable just yet on the front half of Skyscraper. They already have lost a offensive round, and they have one more chance to put in a decent buy here, but if they lose this round, they're going to be in really bad shape going into round 5.
Yeah, heading into round 5, we see now the side. We're seeing, I think, a lot more aggression coming in from Aesir. Now they're gonna try and take control of some of the map. They're gonna try and maybe take hallway. They do have control of that bathroom side. Now we're gonna see the exact same thing coming in from Aesir, where they're gonna try and take that hallway, as well as that B bomb site. As you know, but this time they're not gonna have someone on that window, so maybe they just want to play for picks here.
Opening up here, Solo capturing the first kill. Gizmo tucked in with the Omen. Maybe looking to get aggressive, but that will be punished. Hotline finds the kill. Determined Fear picks up a nade on the bot, and the push on the B side is free and easy as Jay Huey scoops up another kill, and they'll get that EMP plant before Solo or Gravy have any real time to respond on their long rotation onto the flank.
Yeah, and the push there is now. The EP is back into that post plant, and now that we see, I've said it before, now they're just able to take this momentum and absolutely swing with it, unless Old Gravy's able to find one, and Solo gets that as well. It's all down to Gravy into a 1v2 with Red swinging Solo, but there is a lot less time to work with. Old Gravy has to push in, has to clear these corners. As the side of Aesir, all they just gotta do is camp and play off audio queue, as that's what they're gonna do. As Jay Huey gets Old Gravy, that's gonna be 2-2 here on this map.
A celebratory dance, and definitely warranted a second point.
And I'll tell you, that's not going to be the first time we're going to this is not going to be the last time we're going to see that. It is more than likely going to keep going for the rest of the map, because you know these two have a pretty good rivalry. Obviously we didn't say it back in the pregame, but these two have been going at it for such a long time. Players, you know, exchanging a good amount of words between each other, and you know you can see it in the gameplay as well. You can see it with the movement, you know. And I believe in the season 1 interview, I'm the guy to quote this. They said they were gonna beat Aesir. That didn't happen. They ended up short. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. Maybe you're. I think.
Thankfully I do have season 1 stats if we do want to pull that up.
Well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll take a look at them next round. Going into the second half to give us a kind of clear picture of how these teams normally perform. But Season 2 is fresh and different, and rosters have changed. And so, obviously, Aspect is a very different team than they were in Season 1 the last time they saw Aesir. And maybe Aesir are kind of find that out the hard way.
This could be big. Hotline and Determined are, in fact, near the B bomb site, but this time we're seeing the Gizmo 2-for-1 special. The Canut nearby, ratting in a corner. What can we expect from it?
Yeah, you can see Hotline looks for the slice, looks for the shoulder, but Gizmo is tucked in just barely enough so that they are denying that vision through the window. And how long is Gizmo gonna wait? What a toss.
Hey, that was such a good grenade.
That's not easy. That
Just
is not easy to
do it lightly and get that confirmed kill.
That is very well done. I wonder if Gizmo is considering vaulting. No, I don't think he can vault that corner. Yeah, he can't. But they are tucked in now and waiting for when this door does get opened up. Gizmo with this Canut tucked into the tight corner, waiting where nobody expects them, and they'll catch another kill with the Canut. Almost gets a second. Jay Huey cleans things up just a touch, and now it's a 2v1 in favor of Aesir again. Bot has to clutch this one up with a Viper in hand.
Here, you want to go watch this so he doesn't swing?
2v1. Jay Huey is just lurking there, and with the Vezin, the gun difference is there. There it is again. It's going to be 2-3. And Aesir are just stomping, especially on the offense side.
Yeah, these are 3 huge rounds for Aesir. You know, you think about how Aspect's going to have to accomplish the same goal when they go on the attack, and it is not an easy feat. Aesir will not make it an easy one. And if anything, this can keep kind of snowballing at this stage. What's the buy? It's going to be partial for Aspect. It's going to be...
No, it has to be a force. It has to be.
Well, I know, but yeah, it's not going to be a full buy. To the point. I don't think they're going to get 4 rifles.
No, I'm pretty sure they will get 5, and they might be able to.
Okay, Bot does buy. I was wondering if Bot was going to go with a lesser rifle and help Kid out with utility and stuff, but they're going full rifles on the Aspect side here for the final round of this first half. They're definitely relying on their shooting skill to be the element that determines their win here and ties this first half up. Still, what a crazy... I mean, I don't even know. We're saying Aspect's going to have a tough time attacking, but quite frankly, with Season 2, I'm uncertain. I don't know what Aspect's going to look like on the attack, and maybe they'll be able to put up a good contest. It's all to be determined as we get into round number 6, and the drone gets shot down before the rest of Aesir push their way in.
Smoke there to maybe deny an overall angle, but I'm surprised that they just look at that. They don't have map control. Aspect don't have it, and look what happens. They end up losing 1, but it doesn't matter. Flash being tossed into that A bomb site, but then there has to force old JV out of position. It does take a bit of chip damage, but they're going to be starting to set up for this wall here.
I just noticed it shows a blind icon over the player name when they're flashed. That's kind of cool. Maybe that's
wow. I think it's been there since like Season 1 or no preseason, and you just realized.
Crazy.
Wow.
Not a lot of flashes get thrown. All right.
Well, now we're seeing it in this season.
We certainly are. A double flash there, one that blinds Bot, but not Gravy, and ultimately doesn't lead into a push onto site. EMP is down, and there's only 3 left on the attack. They do not want to let this slip through their fingers. The 4-2 is so close, and so things have slowed down a little bit for the trio of Hotline, Jay Huey, and Determined Fear.
Yeah, in a 4v3, you do have that EMP available as well. But the question is, are you able to make this overall approach onto the A site, especially when you're a player down?
Activates the camo, detonates the foam, opens up the hole in the wall, and Gravy's ready and waiting. Finds the kill. 2 come in from Hotline and Jay Huey, and it's a 2v2, a little over-aggression from Aspect, ending up hurting them a little bit there. Maybe not necessarily over-aggression. Hotline just flying in through that doorway and finding some kills, and now finding Gravy, finding Gizmo. No, Gizmo finds the double themselves and clutches it for Aspect to tie up the first half. Jeez, I mean, they were fighting close before roster changes, and I guess it's more impressive than anything, Heritage, that even after a roster shakeup, they are doing as well as they are against Aesir. It's an indicator, obviously, that Aspect are not a team that's coming in any weaker into Season 2. Obviously, a strong pickup merging in with some of the F3 players and ultimately contesting again the #1 team from Season 1. So certainly a good series here. Nothing to discredit just because they didn't get a solid defensive half on Skyscraper. But we'll see how they attack here as the pistol set opens up. And they are a bit vulnerable here in the center.
I hope someone on the side of Aspect tells them that A's kind of open. You only have 1 defender on A. The rest are lurking, as you see the window right there. So now you can start to see this rotate. So now the wall is open. That denies that line of sight. Frag grenade toss. Make that double. But it ends up short, but it actually finds Angel that tries to walk down that stairway. Now Jess has to make this peek, but now there's 3. Hotline tries to push it. Now, actually, no, Jess is going to swing in. Hotline finds 1. Jess gets 2. But the flank from behind. Determined Fear in 1v2. But he runs out of ammo. That's going to be Aspect to get that first round on the offense.
Huge. The first round is vital. It's an EMP plant on the board, a round win in their pockets, and they are now set up to do what Aesir did to them and put at least 3 offensive rounds on the board to take this map. We're headed to a 6-5, 5-5, 6-6 final here for map number 3. There's very little doubt in my mind at this stage. Aspect are going to invest, and I guess if there was ever a time, Heritage, it's now. The final half of the final map in a best-of-3 series. Double rifle buy on the attack. A bit risky. Another big round. I mean, every round at this stage is a big round, with it being 4-3 into the back half of Skyscraper. Who knows how we're going to unfold this thing, but Aspect are certainly doing their best to put another one on the board here as they work their way through, with drone work leading the charge and taking control of the radio room. The question is, are they going to do their due diligence and watch for that potential flank that is developing, with Red there slowly creeping and crawling around to the back end of this offense?
You know, I'm not sure if they have it. I'm not sure if the read or the feeling is there. They're just gonna make this advancement, just able to find Hotline. But I think that's gonna force Red to make that pinch. They're gonna start this. Acello's gonna start up to set up for this pinch and this push overall. Determined Fear able to find Jess, but immediately falls. But now the flank's gonna come in. Red able to find Gizmo, as now they realize that there's gonna be at least a minimum of 2 players onto this bomb site.
Stacked up Aspect has to move. They can't linger long. A self flash there onto Jay Huey slows things down just a touch, but not before Old Gravy finds some kills. The plant coming through. They'll get shot from the back. And it's up to Gravy and Angel to try and clutch this thing. Jay Huey's here. They
Angel's
drop
dead.
for a beautiful shot. Gravy swings, getting slowed down by the static emitter and slowly damaged. Has to focus their attention to it. Still on A. Still full AP. Looks for the double and can't transfer.
He lost the Pheasants!
Huge kill. It's a huge kill, and Jay Huey and Red come out with Vezins on top. Red can't believe it. They're probably screaming louder than we know, and they've got a massive round in their hands. 4-4 in the back half of map 3. What is the economy like for Aspect? It's not as bad as I thought it would be. 3 rifles isn't too bad.
Yeah, 3 Vezins. It's not bad, but I kind of wish maybe 4 would have been okay, but I think 3, especially against fully kitted Vezins, where Aesir is just, they also have a bunch of utility to work with. It is just going to be a lot more difficult for the side of Aspect.
I'm just now seeing there, identified by the folks in chat, Jess has rotated in for bot on the side of Aspect. I don't know when that happened, but they did.
And the side of Aspect, they're actually going to be playing a lot more slow. I think they're just going to try and play for picks. As we can see it a lot in this radar room, the smoke is up. It's blocking a good amount of view from Tech. But the moment that smoke fades, I think this would spell disaster.
What is the play? Aspect have to make something work. They got to find some picks here. They get a couple of rifles into the hands, and there's the first. Angel down in radio room. Hotline down next. Could spell disaster for this defense from Aesir. 2 rifles easily scooped up by the Aspect offense, who desperately needs them. A huge swing overall as Red finds a nice flank kill, but still a rifle into Old Gravy's hands of all people. Jess can also pick one up if they're so willing, and it will be a 4v3 advantage Aspect.
And there is a lot less defense on that side of the A bomb site. It could just be one single peek. It could just be a whole movement of your body. But it is just something that it's going to have to matter a lot. But there's a lot of time that the side of Aspect could work with. They have 1 minute 30. And decided determined able to toss a nade. Going a little bit less. But now it's a 4v2. As now it is just going to be very hard for that side of Aesir to defend. They aren't going to start to... They won't be able to guess when they're going to try and push, but they can start to anticipate it.
There, and a good kill, a flash that blinds Jay Healy, but not before they find the head of Solo. Deter the push from flying in. Aspect do find Determined Fear, and Jay Healy will go down. Aspect keep the lead alive. A huge second offensive round with a plant on the docket as well. It's a lot of cash into their pocket. They're up 5-4 on the back half. I'm not sure if you're allowed to get over into that spot, or even if it's an easy spot to get to, but Hotline's doing their best to ride the top of the monitor to get
you can. Oh. So, okay, yeah.
There
so
it is.
we have a thing called wiggle spots, where you essentially strafe... Oh, he's off.
Yeah.
You essentially strafe your way into the area, and essentially it gives you a free power point. It's kind of... If there's one spot on, I believe, Hideout, which is a good it's just one area. I can't remember what it was.
I'll be sure to double check any of those spots to make sure they're not banned before getting into them, but I don't imagine they would be.
I mean, hey, if it's a spectral, right? If it's a spectral, I mean, technically it's. I mean,
I don't know.
talk about. I mean, could you talk about the amount of weight that monitor could handle?
Oh, jeez. What a great stand.
Yeah.
We need to get them as sponsors for the VRML. Maybe it's a HyperX stand. That would make sense.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it may be a HyperX stand.
Yeah, probably is.
Maybe a HyperX monitor too.
Could be. Hard to tell from this distance, though, and we can't see it now. So the push is unfolding here on B site already. Utility and flashes coming in, and Hotline's doing a bit of deterrent. Red finds a huge flank up the stairs for a double to the backs of two Aspect attackers, and that puts Aesir into a comfortable 5-3 advantage. Red will drop back to defend off of that successful peek.
And this is what we've been talking about. You let that flank happen, you end up creating this pressure. They haven't been able to clear out Red, which is arguably one of the main key factors, as now Determined's going to be attempting that second pinch as well. It's a nade there, end up a bit short. But now Determined has made his way into that main area. So now there's not only pressure from the forward angle, but now they have to worry about this flank.
Good pickup from Jess. They're looking for the second. Hotline's there, and Jess has a slice of HP. They need support from Gizmo and the rest of the team as they come pushing in. The back end flank comes through, and the final kill connects for Determined Fear with a double to lock in. Another round for Aesir. 5-5, map 3. It continues to stay close. Do not leave. Do not go anywhere. Put an extra bit of battery into your phone if you're watching on the mobile, because you do not want to miss the next 2 rounds. They will decide who is our series winner, or if we are destined for a true tie here, Taj, because there's no tiebreaker. It would be a dead even draw for the first series for these two teams, which I think gives you half a win instead of a full win in terms of like points overall. But either way, I don't think it's what either one of these squads want. They want to come out season 2 week 1 with a solid W.
Yeah, they just want to start it off with a win against, you know, one of the top teams in Breachers.
Yep.
You know, you could argue that, and then that's gonna give them a huge mortality boost.
Yeah.
Well, as confidence, knowing, hey, every week we know, you know, we could beat these teams. We're gonna beat said team. We could beat everyone. You know, heading into playoffs, that's gonna be a huge morality boost.
What a start, what a stellar opening, and into the action we go for round number 11. Aspect and Ace are all tied up on map 3 if you're just tuning in. And frankly, you could be, because there's more and more folks stopping by to catch the finale of this series, as they should be. A stellar finale at that is what's in store here. And, well, this certainly looks like a Acer round that should be easy to earn, going up against a limited a kit here on the Aspect side with Jess and Gizmo, the only 2 rifle holders.
Yeah, those rifles are gonna have to be the ones that matter so much. You will start to see it in most of these half buys, especially on the offense. You will see a lot of more, you know, the pistol players start to push out first, because they know that Vezin is a lot more powerful, and as long as, you know, they're able to just maybe follow it up. You know, especially if they take that def, they know that, hey, that trade's going to be there. They're going to be able to secure that kill. Now we can see the side of Aspect. They're going to be playing a lot more slow. But as always, Red is always lurking.
Yeah, and Red finds a kill. And finds a double. Can he make it 3? No. Finally, Jess shuts it down. And at the very least, it's a rifle that Solo can pick up, so it does put them into 3 rifle territory if Solo can get over there and scoop that rifle up. I think Solo's on the other side of the map, though, so it really is up to Jess and Gizmo to do the main legwork here in terms of getting this A site open.
And Determined Fear immediately getting hit from that Cyclone, so they know where Solo's at, but they need to make this rotation. They have 1 minute left remaining on that match timer, but to just maybe deny any type of resistance coming in from that side of Acer, they're just spraying everything. They know that they have the better guns. It is just a lot more harder on that side of Aspect.
I mean, is this maybe an eco round for Aspect? Do you kind of accept the fact that you're going to have a tough one here? I mean, it's certainly hard, right? Because you want the map win, and you have to get this round to get that map win.
Yeah, they're gonna try and swing through. I'm not sure. Oh, I think they might. Yeah, they might play on this actually, but I'm not sure if it's a good call of any. As we can see the side, HJ Huey does spot one, trying to hit that cross. As Gizmo's actually able to block hotline, that makes it even. But it's a collateral from Tech9 Jr.
Determined with the confidence of having some players alive behind them. Tech9 flies the corner, catches the kill, and Aesir stare down the barrel of series win here if they can lock in this next point. Up 6-5 in map 3. But yeah, a solid series here. Aesir again just on the cusp of locking in the entire series win if they can defend one more time. And well, it's, I think, like you said, what the connoisseurs had certainly voted for. There was a lot of folks putting in their votes towards Aesir coming out on top this afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like it, but that could be the fall. And pray to your connoisseur votes that they stay at 100%. Hopefully that the 4v5 is possible from that side of Aesir, as Solo is able to take down Red, as that's that main lurker. They no longer have to worry about it, but now they have to worry about this forward pressure coming in from that side of Aesir.
They've got a decent setup here, all 5 alive, nice control outside of A. No flank threat that will be coming in, not to their knowledge, of course. Gizmo diligently watching for that flank, as is Solo. And they're going to open up A here. Again, with that 5v4 advantage, Red's flank really ending up... I mean, this is where you see the detriment and the danger of having one of those rotators and flankers extended out there.
In the smoke there, trying to find enough time. Grenade as well. Look at the utility usage from both teams. Angel's gonna swing, find one, and Jess also finds another as well. Angel's good for 2, as it's all down to Jay Huey in a 1v5, as this could be the full collapse of Aesir. The swing's good. Jay Huey finds 2, but it's gonna be Jess to close it out, and it is a full draw across the maps. It is a perfect 18-18. As that is, you cannot start a week 1 like that.
If there is ever a way for us to script and set up a rivalry for a season, Heritage,
that's a good one.
I would argue it would be to take the #1 team from the last season and have them tie dead even against a close opponent. What a, I mean, come on. 6-6 map 1, 6-6 map 2, 6-6 map 3. Week 1 opening up with a full tie across the board. Connoisseur votes in shambles to open this season off. It is everything you want out of season 2, quite frankly. And, well, now we've got a story developing here.